the T-Pain situation or the Pickle Rick situation, go to TikTok, and I stayed for the entire 27-part series, 34-part series, whatever it is, from beginning to end. Fast forward, T-Pain went to a track with this guy. This guy wrecked Pickle Rick. This guy said, I will fix Pickle Rick at my shop. Then he said, hey, I got a chance to be on a TV show with Pickle Rick, and I'll fix it for free if you let me take it to the show. You should fix it for free anyway. He said, cool. Used it on the show. Fucked it up on the show. Total. Took it back to his shop. Then over the course of over 2 years, never ended up fixing T-Pain's car. T-Pain's a saint. He has, I wish I could have as much patience as T-Pain, but this guy never got the body straight. He put a different motor in it. Then he wanted T-Pain to send him money for a motor that wasn't even in the car yet. This guy was using T-Pain's 240 to reach out to people like BTR and Injuku Racing to try and get sponsorships because he had T-Pain's car. People said that he would do burnouts and everything in Pickle Rick just to show off to customers or whatever because, oh, it's T-Pain's car. This is such typical Atlanta, Georgia auto shop behavior. This is the reason why the automotive industry is what it is right now. This is going to be like a little bit of a rant, a little bit of my opinion, but in the long run, this guy wanted so much money up front to fix T-Pain's car. Never truly got around to it. All the way to the very end, I'm going to give you a spoiler, T-Pain sent him an absurd amount of money to some people. $12,000, $14,000. Like, yo, get it done. I will pay whatever. I need it done. Trailered it back to his place. And isn't it convenient that T-Pain pays the guy? Then after he pays him, he goes to Vegas. And then has someone else deliver the car. And it's fucked. Body panels aren't aligned. Nothing works. Everything's gone. Glove box isn't even in. Seats are loose. And then for what T-Pain says, the guy it's his dad that's running the place. No, his dad was the one that fronted the money for the place. So the guy's spending a lot of his dad's like retirement money. That's what T-Pain said. Sounds exactly like what this other shop I know that runs like. That did the exact same thing to my other friend's car. Another shop, I don't care, Fastlane. They did it to my buddy Eric's car. They said they were going to do this, this, and this, and get a swap done on his S10, and they never got around to it. They delivered it, they trailered it back to him, not running, power steering hoses and suspension all messed up and wrong. But because they look good on social media or whatever, and they think they can run a shop, oh yeah, let's do it, let's run a shop, burn through money. I hate people. I hate people like that. That shit irks my soul. It does not make me feel good. And then the thing that makes me mad about it is that someone will come to me and want some work done. And I want some headers. Okay, cool. $400 or $500, whatever, depending on what kind of car it is. Can you get it done in a day? Yeah, get it done in a day. And I give them time schedule. I give them this. Like, man, I don't know. They feel weird. They're like, I'm not going to pay you $400 because that's putting money directly in your pocket. But I'm going to pay a shop $1,100 so they can get it done. I'm like, what does that mean? People don't realize that in a shop, it's not, I don't know what people think is going on inside the shop. This is not going towards T-Pain, but I don't know what people think that's going on in the shop where it's some crazy weird environment and like the shop will do it. Like, no, you pay a shop, fucking Timmy is gonna work on your car. Fucking Gary is gonna work on your car, and your shit is fucked. But you didn't want to pay me. But I guess when you say you have a shop, it makes people feel more comfortable. Whatever. I mean, I can kind of understand it. But T-Pain's insane. Man, I would have been all over this guy. But that is prime Atlanta, Georgia automotive shop behavior. Not only that, that's prime shop behavior everywhere. Because more than likely, when people have like a really highly modified car, especially if it's a newer car and they want to take it to a shop to get it done, that means they have money. It's not your homeboy with a Honda that just wants some freaking headers and for you to cut the springs. If they're bringing you a newer ZL1 and they want to do all this kind of work to it, they got some money, so they want to pay for you to do a good job on it. And if you have that shop, you know, umbrella over you, and you bring in some work and you start treating people like shit, I mean, what else do you think is going to happen? And what sucks is that I almost blame, like, society a little bit too, because people think like, oh, it's normal, they worked on it and it messed up, I gotta take it back to get it fixed. Like, no, if I'm working on something for you and it messes up, that means I messed up. If I do an exhaust, or I do whatever, or I do maintenance or a head gasket or whatever, and you're leaking coolant afterwards, that means I didn't do my job. That's on me. So if you take it somewhere and they mess up and it's worse than what it was, that's on them. They don't know what they're doing. But people take advantage of that, or no, shops take advantage of that, and they're like, oh yeah, well, and then they'll charge you more. Oh, you actually need this, this, and this. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do this, I don't know. And then people end up spending $4,000 or $5,000 for a cooling system repair, but they never need it. Man, it's, I could go on forever about it, but that's a long story short of what happened with that. He never did it. T-Pain was so nice that he even took another car that he had that was having issues to him. He's like, hey, I want to help you out, I'll help you with the business, you know, fix my car. Ended up wrecking and making the car worse than what it was in the beginning. That's a nice Tahoe. Damn. Yeah, making it worse than what it was. So I don't know. And then a lot of this, maybe I'm different, but I could really read somebody out and see that if they are disciplined enough to even handle basic shit, which 90% of people in this world aren't. They're not disciplined, they don't have self-accountability, you know, and they don't have a good work ethic. So unfortunately, that's how a majority of the shops are gonna be like. Unless you're in Central Texas and you hit up Central Texas Euro Works. That's where we take care of business, son. That's for another story. But that was gonna be my little, like, kind of deal. I mean, I could legitimately talk forever about this. I don't even know if T-Pain is ever gonna see this, but I feel for him. That sucks. I mean, I could talk about these situations all day. My buddy that I was gonna do a motor swap on, that many of my friends know, I was gonna do a motor swap on a GT350. I was gonna do, it was a sleeve O-ring block, had everything priced out, everything done. I was like, I can do this and this, and your car will be fucking done, set. If you want to put this on E85 and a tire, you will go run a fucking 8. My appendix ruptured, I ended up moving, so he took it to another shop that supposedly does good work. Keep in mind, he was tuned by loan. The car made like 800 at the tire already. He just wanted a built motor. The shop he took it to said, no, if you won't bring it to us, we don't want you to have Lund's tune on it. We want our tune on it. So what happened? He took it over there. They took everything apart. Instead of getting a long block, he got a short block. That was mistake number one. Not blaming him or whatever. But guess what happened? They put it together. They reused gaskets. They mistimed the motor. They couldn't put half the shit together right. They couldn't tune it. They half-assed. They gave it to him half-ass running. 10 miles later, he lost oil pressure on a excessively expensive engine. Excessively expensive. All right, this engine is a very, very, very good, reliable daily driver for the price of the motor. He hits me up. Hey man, you know, same thing. Well, this is normal, right? I mean, it's oil leaking after, you know, this and that. And it's just engine problems, right? No, you get something done, it has to be done right. And that's what people don't understand. And that's a bad thing about the automotive world, because everybody thinks they know how to work on these things. Everyone thinks they know how to run a shop. Everyone thinks they know how things are supposed to go and this and that. And oh, I used to do this and I replaced a fucking window regulator once. And this is how it is to work on cars. No, it is a very, very, if you're good, it's a very professional environment. You get stuff done in a very timely manner. I kind of take it back to a professional environment, because if you go back into the shop with me and people, I mean, we act like a bunch of kids. But we're not out hooning your car. We're not out beating the shit out of random customers' cars just for willy-nilly. I'm not causing cars to overheat because I'm beating the shit out of them so much. So in that situation with my buddy, he had to take it back, took it to someone else to take the motor out. Then that person dragged ass. That person had the car apart for months and said, oh yeah, I can't get to it right now. I wish I would be able to be in a position where I could have a lift and have a shop and showcase like what I can do, because there's a lot of people out here that don't know what they're doing, that are scamming a lot of people. So if you want to take your car to a shop, please do your research, call them, and then even on the phone, if you get the word, a little bit of a hint of like, it's probably sketchy, don't do it. Don't take them. You know, unless you know the person and you know he does good work and he's barely starting, has a little place, yeah, hook him up, help him out. He's trying to get somewhere, he's trying to do something. But with people like that, people taking advantage of people left and right, it's terrible. It's funny, my buddy Patrick even knows about him. He's like, man, he's like the, what did he say? I gotta look up. He said he's something of the Atlanta car scene. He said